Have you ever experienced being told you're cute for a black girl?
Yes,
Share
absolutely.
that with me and how it feels.
Um, it's honestly the nastiest feeling, because I just feel like, I mean, what do you mean? I'm not the only black woman in the world. So if you just find me one black woman out of every single other black woman, and I'm the most beautiful, it's not a very good feeling because it's just not a compliment. You're literally making fun of me and saying that black women are ugly, but I'm passable.
You're the exception.
I'm exception. Yeah.
Right, right.
It's an
Yeah.
insult.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up, dude. I Every single black woman I've ever met in my entire life has told me that she's experienced being told that she's experienced you're cute for a black girl. And I have met so many black women in my life, and every single one of them, at least when it came down to sharing personal things like this, every last one of them has told me that they've experienced being told you're cute for a black. Every last one of them.
It was just kind of a boys' talk, and we were just kind of all there. And when they were having a conversation, they were comparing like skin women and dark skinned women. And so one of the women they compared, she was a light skin, and they were saying like how they would essentially like approach a situation if she were to get aggressive or whatever. So they said if it were the light skinned girl, they would speak to them, but if it was a dark skin, they would have to like put their paws up and whatever and fight them. And that was to explain that we were a lot more aggressive than the lighter skin tone one. So I was like, I don't know how to fight. Man, I don't even know how to fight, period. So I was really scared. So I had to essentially separate from that group. But just to hear, men say they would swing on a darker skinned woman because she's a lot more masculine than a lighter skin.
There's a black woman that follows me, such an amazing human being. I really like her. This is what she shared with me. As a dark skinned black woman, I know that I am not the number one choice for even black men. I know that I'm actually the last choice. So I have to be much more better than anybody else. Meaning I have to have something going for myself. I have to have something that makes me climb up that chart because by default, being dark and black, I am the last choice. Did you ever or do you feel like that too?
I was told that. Um, so we were just kind of, it was friends and other people that kind of joined. And we were just kind of all having conversation. And that was something that was extreme. It was told to me. And so how the conversation went was it was a pedestal, and it was also, and we talked about this too. So how that before, there's white, and then you have the Latino, and then you have the light skins, and then you have the black women, and then beneath every other race is the dark skinned black women. And I've been put in that category. One person, he said that I personally wouldn't be any of his choice or his homies. And it was solely after I rejected him because he was in my type. And he was like, pretty much like, be grateful that I'm looking at you. I've been categorized and I've been told, before they choose anything, I'm the last to be chosen. And when it comes to my black men, it was really sad because, growing up, I wanted to date, and I wanted to date within, my black circle. I've had a lot more, Caucasian boys hollering at me, and then the, black boys I wanted wouldn't want me. They would either want like a Hispanic, a Latino. The closest to the black women they would get would be like Afro Latinos or biracial women. Before Wakanda, and I like to go back to that because it's just the weirdest thing. But honestly, before that, I wasn't attracted to, the black men or anything like that. Like, if I were to talk to one, it would like keep me down low. Like, I don't know her, or I've never, we've never texted type of, thing. That would before Black Panther. After Black Panther, the black men that were essentially like reaching out to me, wanting relationships, were older black men. And I've had a black man tell me this. He was like, "Yeah, no, a few years ago." And he was like, "All I do is strictly red bones. That's it. You would have never been a girl that I looked at twice." And he was like, "But there's something about you that's so beautiful." And he was like, now at my grown age, and he was, I want to say 50 something. And he was like, now at my grown age, I do see the beauty and what they mean by the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. So when it comes to the older black men, they're the ones who would like talk to me and want a relationship, spoil me. But when it comes to like my age group, that's not what I want. Or they would even say that, no, all I do date is light skins. And this is not me going out of my way to, ask them. This is them just going out of their way to tell me what they prefer. So I've never kind of been a chaser ever. But have I dated a black man? I have. They were older in the past. It was a bittersweet, and I really did think about dating a white race, but it wasn't easy because they just seem to just want to feel on my skin, take pictures, and just be weird with it.
Fetishize
And
you. Fetishize you.
they did, and it was weird, really, really weird. I feel like what happened to us black women, dark skinned women, this is something that we have to learn from. This is not the first wave of colorism.
I used to date somebody. She was a light-skinned woman. She identified as a Mexican, although she wasn't born there. She's American. She was a white girl. She had 2 children, and her children were involved in baseball, I want to believe, in a sport nonetheless. And she expressed this to me. She said, I had to take out my kids from their baseball team because that particular team was receiving black kids as players too. When before black kids were joining the team, it was nothing but white kids. But all of a sudden, black kids were also entering the team. So she said, I had to remove my kids from the baseball team because black kids are entering the team. And I said exactly this, white people problems, right? And then she said this, she said, no, not really. I just don't want my children to be influenced by bad people with their ghetto mentalities. I have the screenshot. I will share it. I will block out that individual's name, by the way. But the experience itself is very important. That's why I'm sharing it, because it's about bringing awareness to things, to being careful who we have children with. She ended up getting pregnant by a black guy. Or when she had the child, I sent her the screenshot. She had told me about those black kids. And I said, when your child grows up, show this to him so he could see how his mother feels about black people. You cannot convince me that this woman who feels this kind of way about black people in general, who happened to end up liking a black guy, or maybe she was a one-night stand, whatever the case may be. Now that she has a black child, will she even know how to prepare this black child as a woman who feels a certain way for about black people, specifically black children? How can she prepare her own black son for this world where people like her exist out there? Sure, we could say, that's the kid's mother. She'll love the child. Sure, maybe. Sure. Just because you love your own black child doesn't mean you like or love black people. You could be a very racist person towards that whole race of people. And just because you have a black child that you love has nothing to do how you feel about those people as a whole. That's why we got to be careful sometimes when we are getting to know somebody and we hear them say little remarks like that. Don't make the mistake of have a child with someone like that. Because just because they like you as an individual and they'll have a kid with you, of that child too, they still feel that way about your people as a whole. So be careful.